Types of turnover. Turnover often is classified as voluntary and involuntary. The involuntary turnover occurs when an employee is fired. Voluntary turnover occurs when an employee leaves by choice and can be caused by many factors. Causes include lack of challenge, better opportunity elsewhere with supervision, geography, and pressure. Certainly, not all turnover is negative. Some workforce losses are quite desirable, especially if those workers who leave are low performing, less reliable individuals. Measuring turnover. The turnover rate for an organization can be computed in different ways. The following formula from the US Department of Labor is widely used. Separation means leaving the organization. Internal versus external turnover. Like recruitment, turnover can be classified as internal or external. Internal turnover involves employees leaving their current positions and taking new positions within the same organization. Both positive, such as increased morale from the change of task and supervisor, and negative, such as project or relational disruption, or the Peter principle. Peter principle observation that is an hierarchy people tend to rise to their level of incompetence. Thus, as people are promoted, they become progressively less effective because good performance is one job doesn't guarantee similar performance in another. Named after the Canadian researcher Dr. Lawrence J. Pera, 1910 to 90, who popularized this observation in his 1969 book, The Peter Principle. Effect of internal turnover exists, and therefore it may be equally important to monitor this form of turnover as it is to monitor its external counterpart. External turnover might be moderated and controlled by typical HR mechanism, such as an internal recruitment policy or formal succession planning. Employee turnover is caused by external and internal factors. External influences include local economic conditions and labor market conditions. Internal causes include such things as non-competitive compensation, high stress, poor working conditions, monotony, suffered supervision, dysfunctional job fit, inadequate training for communications, and loose organization practice. Quality of work life. The factors that influences and decide the quality of work life. According to J. Richard and J. Loy, QWL is the degree to which members of work in organizations are able to satisfy important personal needs through their experiences in the organization, while the task force set in 1979 by the American Society for Training and Development ASTD defined QWL as a process of work organization which enables its member at all levels of actively participate in shaping organization's environment, methods, and outcomes. This value-based process is aimed toward meeting the twin goals of enhanced effectiveness of organizations and improved quality of life at work for employees. Quality of work-life efforts are systematic efforts made by an organization to give its employee a greater opportunity to affect the way in which they do their jobs and the contributions they make to the overall effectiveness of their organizations. Richard E. Walton explained the quality of work life in terms of 8 broad conditions of employment that constitute desirable quality of work life, or QWL. He proposed the same criteria for measuring QWL. Those conditions or criteria include adequate or fair compensation, safe and healthy working condition, opportunity to use and develop human capacities, opportunity for career growth, social integration in the workforce, constitutionalism in the work organization, work and quality of life, and spatial relevance of work. Work is an integral part of our everyday life. It is our livelihood or career or business. On an average, we spend around 12 hours daily in the workplace. That is 1/3 of our entire life. It doesn't influence the overall quality. It does influence the overall quality of our life. It should yield job satisfaction, give peace of mind, a fulfillment of having done a task as it is expected, without any flaw, and having spent the time fruitfully, constructively, and purposefully. Even if it is a small step toward a lifetime goal, at the end of the day it gives satisfaction and eagerness to look forward to the next day. QWL Activities and Concerns. Walton provides 8 conceptual categories for analyzing the future of QWL. They are adequate and fair compensation, safe and healthy working condition, immediate opportunity to use and develop human capacities, future opportunities for continued growth and security, constitutionalism in the work organization, work of the total life space, and the social relevance of work life. The International Labour Office lists the following areas of concern as QWL. House of the QWL. Hours of work and arrangement of working time. Work organization and job content. Impact of new technologies on working conditions. Working conditions of women, young workers, older workers, and the other special categories. Work-related welfare service and facilities. Shop floor participation in the improvement of working condition. Nadler and Lawler list this type of QWL activities as participatory problem-solving, work restricting innovative reward system, and improving the work environment. Davis and Newstrom could perceive a wide range of QWL activities as open communication, equitable reward system, a concern for employee job security and participation in the job design. According to him, emphasis should be placed on employee skill development and the reduction of occupational stress and the development of more cooperative labor management relations. The factors that influence and decide the quality of work life are: first one, attitude; the second one, environment; the third one, opportunities; and the next one, nature of job; and the next one is people. Then it is seen to be stress level. Then it is seen career prospects. And the next one is challenges. The next part is growth and development. And then risk involved and reward. And then attitude. The person who is entrusted with a particular job need to have sufficient knowledge, required skill, enough experience, enthusiasm, energy level, willingness to learn new things, dynamism, sense of belongingness in the organization, involvement in the job, interpersonal relation, adaptability to change in the situation, openness for innovative ideas, competitiveness, zeal, or ability to work under pressure, leadership qualities, and team spirit. Environment. The job may involve dealing with the customer who have varied tolerance level, preferences, behavioral pattern, level of understanding, or it may involve working with dangerous machines like drilling pipes, cranes, lathe machines, welding and soldering machines, or even with animals where maximum safety precautions have to be observed with need of a lot of concentrations, alertness, presence of mind, quick with involuntary actions, synchronizations of eyes, hands, and body, sometimes high level of patience, tactfulness, empathy, and compassion and control over emotions. Opportunities. Some job offer opportunities for learning, research, discovery, self-development, enhancement of skills, room for innovation, public recognition, exploration, celebrity status, and loads of fame. Others are monotonous, repetitive, dull, routine, no room for improvement, and in every sense boring. Naturally, the former ones are interesting and very much rewarding also. Nature of job. For example, a driller in the well drilling unit, a driver, a firefighter, traffic policeman, tram engineer, driver, construction, laborers, welder, miner, lathe mechanic have to do dangerous jobs and have to be more alert in order to avoid any loss of limb or loss of life, which is irreparable, whereas a pilot, doctor, judge, journalist have to be more prudent and tactful in handling the situation. A CEO, a professor, a teacher have more responsibility and accountability, but safe working environment, a cashier or a security guard cannot afford to be careless in his job and it involves loss of money, property, and wealth. A politician or a public figure cannot afford to be careless, for his reputation and goodwill is at stake. Some jobs need soft skills, leadership qualities, intelligence, decision-making abilities to tram and extract work from others. The jobs need forethought, patience, and yet other jobs need motor skills, perfection, and extreme carefulness. People. Almost everyone has to deal with three set of people in the workplace. Those are namely boss, co-workers in the same level, and subordinates. Apart from this, some professions may need interactions with people like patients, media persons, public customer, thieves, robbers, physically disabled people, mentally challenged, children, foreign delegates, gangsters, politicians, public figures, and celebrities. These situations demand a high level of prudence, cool temper, and tactfulness with humor, kindness, diplomacy, and sensitiveness. Stress level. All these above mentioned factors are interrelated and interdependent. Stress level need to be directly proportional to the compensation. Stress is of different types: mental stress or physical stress, and psychological or emotional stress. A managing director of a company will have mental stress, a laborer will have physical stress. A psychiatrist will have emotional stress. Mental stress and emotional stress cause more damage than physical stress. Career prospects. Every job should offer career development. That is an important factor which decides the quality of work life. Status improvement, more recognition from the management, appreciations are motivating factors for anyone to take keen interest in this job. The work atmosphere should be conducive and conducive to achieve organizational goal as well as individual development. It is win-win situation for both the parties. An employee should be rewarded appropriately for his good work, extra effort, sincerity. At the same time, a lethargic and careless employee should be penalized suitably. This will motivate the former to work with more zeal and deter the latter from being so. So strive for the better performance. Challenges. This job should offer some challenges at least to make it interesting, that enables an employee to upgrade his knowledge and skills capabilities, whereas monotony of the job makes a person dull, non-enthusiastic, dissatisfied, frustrating, complacent, initiative-less, and uninteresting. Challenges is the fire that keeps the innovation and thrill alive. A well-accomplished, challenging job yields greater satisfaction than a monetary perk. It boosts the self-confidence also, growth and development. If an organization doesn't give chance for growth and personal development, it is very difficult to retain the talented personnel and also to find new talent with experience and skill. Risk involved and reward. Generally, reward or compensation is directly proportional to the quantum of work, man-hours, nature, and extent of responsibility, accountability, delegated powers, authority of positions in an organizational chart. Risk involved level of expected commitment, deadline and targets, industry, country, demand and supply of skilled manpower, and even political stability and economic policies of a nation. Although risk is involved in every job, its nature and degree varies in them. All said and done, reward is a key criteria to lure a prospective workers to accept the offer. Conclusion. A happy and healthy employee will give better turnover, make good decisions, and positively contribute to the organizational goal. An assured good quality of work life will not only attract young and new talent but also retain existing experienced talent. Employee benefits. Find out what your employees want. Cash is not enough today to recruit and retain top talent for your business. Providing an attractive benefits plan is just as important. Employee benefits are given to an employee in the form of incentives, providing insurance, overtime payment, or in non-financial form like giving training and development for employees to develop their career, and most importantly, providing flexible working hours to balance between work and life of employees. Find out what your employees want. It is critical to recognize just how important a competitive benefits package can be in recruiting the best staff possible. Gone those days when salary in and of itself was lure enough. In a recent survey, employees listed flexible work arrangement along with additional fixed pay and higher incentives as the top 3 preferred benefits. Competitive organizations are organizations which produce core product or services and have international demand for those product or services. For example, software, telecom, and automobile, whether they are big or small, with benefits programs will not be able to attract employees, especially if you don't provide the most fundamental programs such as healthcare, disability insurance, and things like that. It's almost mandatory, says Lloyd Foyt, a benefit consultant with the Ross companies in New York. These basic employee benefits, from employee health insurance benefits to retirement plans, are all worth consideration. If your business doesn't currently offer any compensation other than salary or hourly wages, you might find that your staff members are more loyal, and when you provide additional incentives, this will be occurred. These two essentials for every plan. While you might be faced with a variety of requests, experts say that there are two essentials for every plan: medical coverage and a retirement plan. Other coverage such as a dental, disability, and life insurance often are considered extras. Microsoft employees benefit, and especially in British English, benefits is in kind, also called fringe benefits, perquisites, perks or perks, are various non-wage compensations provided to employees in addition to their normal wages or salaries, where an employee exchange or cash wages for some other form of benefits. This is generally referred to as salary sacrifice or salary exchange arrangement. In most countries, most kinds of employee benefits are taxable to at least some degree. The employees of the autonomous bodies cannot claim, as a matter of right, the same service benefits on par with the government employees. Supreme Court. Read judgment below. In this present case, Water and Land Management Institute, WALMI, being an autonomous body registered under the Societies Registration Act, the employees of WALMI are governed by their own service rules and conditions, which especially don't provide for any pensionary benefits. This governing council of WALMI has adopted the Maharashtra Civil Service rules, except the pension rules. Therefore, as a conscious policy decision has been taken not to adopt the pension rules applicable to the state government employees, that the state government has taken such a policy decision in the year 2005 not to extend the pensionary benefits to the employees of the aided institutes, boards, corporations, etc., and the proposals of the director of WALMI to extend the pensionary benefits to the employees of WALMI has been especially turned down by the state government, considering the aforesaid fact and circumstances. The High Court is not justified in directing the state to extend the pensionary benefits to the employees of WALMI, which is an independent autonomous entity. Court held that, as per the law laid down by this court, in a certain catena of decisions, the employees of autonomous bodies cannot claim, as a matter of right, the same service benefits on par with the government employees, merely because such autonomous bodies might have adopted the government service rules, and or in the governing council there may be a representative of the government, and or merely because such institution is funded by the state or central government. Employees of such autonomous bodies cannot, as a matter of right, claim parity with the state and central government employees. This is more particularly when the employees of such autonomous bodies are governed by their own service rules and service conditions. The state government and the autonomous board or body cannot be put on par. In this case, Punjab State Co-operative Milk Producer Federation Limited and ANR versus Balbir Kumar Walia and ORS. 2021 8 SCC 784 in paragraph 32, it is observed as under. The central or state government is empowered to levy taxes to meet out the expenses of the state. It is always a conscious decision of the government as to how much taxes have to be levied so as to not cause excessive burden on the citizens. But the boards and corporations have to depend on either their own resources or seek grant from the central or state government, as the case may B. For their expenditures. Therefore, the grant of benefits of higher pay scale to central or state government employees stand on different footing than grant of pay scale by an instrumentality of the state. Salary and pension are a rightful entitlement of government employees. Appropriate interest must be paid for delayed payment. Supreme Court of India. The state of Andhra Pradesh and another appellants versus SMT Dina Vahi Lokhi Kameshwari respondents. The appeal arises from a judgment and order of the Andhra Pradesh High Court dated 11 August 2020. The state of Andhra Pradesh issued GOMS number 26 on 31 March 2020 and GMO number 37 on 26th April of 2020. The backdrop for the orders was the outbreak of COVID-19 and the financial crisis which had resulted as a consequence. The revenue of the state of Andhra Pradesh were impacted by onset of the pandemic. Court held that the direction for the payment of the deferred portions of the salaries and pensions is unexceptionable. Salaries are due to the employees of the state of services for services rendered. Salaries, in other words, constitute the rightful entitlement of the employees and are payable in accordance with law. Likewise, it is well settled that the payment of pension is for years of past services rendered by pensioners to the state. Pensions are hence a matter of a rightful entitlement recognized by the applicable rules and regulations which governs the service of the employees of the state. The bench directed, that is, substitution of the interest rate of 12% per annum, which has been awarded by the High Court. The government of Andhra Pradesh shall pay a simple interest computed at the rate of 6% of annual on the account of deferred salaries and pensions within a period of 30 days. Fringe benefits and employment benefits given in addition to one's wages or salary. The term fringe benefits was coined by the World Labour Board during World War II to describe the various indirect benefits which industry had devised to attract and retain labor when the direct wages increases were prohibited. Old age payment, paid vacation, survivor payments, disability and health insurance, profit sharing, pension plans, bonuses, life insurance, education payments, dental insurance, workers' compensation, accident insurance, unemployment compensations, discounts on goods or services purchased from the company and childcare. Some of these benefits are housing, employer provided or employer paid, group insurance, health, dental, life, etc., disability, income protection, and retirement benefits, daycare, tuition reimbursement, sick leave, vacation, paid and non-paid, social security, profit sharing, funding of education and other specialized benefits, transportation facility, company car, telephone facility, free electricity or petrol allowance. Key employee benefits in competition organizations. Marker Human Resource Consulting, a subsidiary of Merck and MC Linan, is a global leader in HR and financial services. Marker Human Resourcing Consulting provides expertise in human resource areas ranging from compensation and benefits to operational effectiveness and employee performance and engagement. Marker has over 15,000 employees serving clients in 41 countries. Employee Benefit Advisor magazine provides in-depth articles for benefit advisor, brokers, consultants, work sites, marketers, and enrollment specialists. The publication provides need-to-know benefits information, market influences such as legal and regulatory changes, new benefits products, and better ways of delivering, marketing, and selling benefits. Vacations. Employee benefits includes vacations for employees for certain period of time during the employment job under present corporate environments are stressful which eventually affect the performance of the employee over a period of time. Vacations make employee re-energized and make employee to forget about work stress, what they had faced in the job, because vacations are often spent with their friends or family. Nowadays, companies are offering vacations package to their key employee, good performance, and those who be productive to company. Vacations for employees act as the motivating factor and also helps to retain employees for long period in the organization. Paid time off. On average, employed adult in India get 17 days paid holidays per year. Despite that, 42% are often concerned with the mounting load of the work, while the other 26% are unable to find the same to disengage from the official responsibilities. Close to 30% are unable to summon the courage to ask for leave. As a result, share believe that 2-week holidays are frowned often and or discouraged by their workplace. British Airways said in a release, employers know that their employees need a break once in a while. Employers are doing several things to address personal time off. Organizations are streaming their vacation time, sick time, personal days, holidays, or volunteer time into a single paid time off category. That's why companies are paid time off video in the form of vacation days, holidays, personal leave, and sick leave. Many companies have done away with sick leave and vacations as employee benefits and have replaced them with paid time off PTO. Part-time off is a bank of hours from which employees can draw. Employers credit additional hours to their employees' banks, usually every pay period. Most US employers offer their workers 10 paid holidays, 2-week vacations, 2 personal days, and 8 sick leave days per year. Under a PTO plan, the employees would credit it with 30 days paid time off instead, 10 plus 10 plus 2 plus 8. The definition of paid time off is any time not worked by an employer for which the regular rate, a fixed rate, or a pro-rated amount of pay is accrued and paid to the employee. As mentioned above, some employers prefers to give their employees a paid time off plan. This is more flexible arrangement that gives the employee a set of amount of days to be used at the employee's discretion. These days can be used for sick time, personal days, vacations, or for whatever reason the employee may need time off. Like vacation and other forms of time off, the amount of days off generally accumulates through year of service and the level of the employee within the organization. Prerequisites. The term perks, also perks, is often usually colloquially to refer to those benefits of more discretionary nature. Often perks are given to employees who are doing notably well and or have seniority. Common perks are take-home vehicle, hotel stays, free refreshments, leisure activities on work time, golf, etc. Stationary allowances for lunch, and when multiple choices exist, first choice of such thing as job assignment and vacation scheduling. Facts. Some unique perks put Worthington Industries in Fortune magazine's 100 Best Places to Work list. Worthington offers its factory workers monthly profit sharing that augment monthly salaries by 40% to 100%. Worthington employees who join the company wellness program get their entire health insurance premium covered. Also, employees are offered on-site haircuts for just $4. Perks and benefits are among the top things employees consider when deciding whether to accept a job. Almost 80% of employees say that they would prefer new benefits like health insurance or paid time off over a pay rise. Google. When a Googler passes away, surviving spouse or partner of a disgraced employee 50% of their salary for the next 10 years. Free government food and never-ending snacks. 24/7 in-house tech support from their tech stop service. Dogs are welcome into the office. Employees given massive credits for a job well done. The 80/20 rule allows Googlers to dedicate 80% of their time to their primary job and 20% on passion projects. Googler alumni support for the rest of their lives. Apple messes employees for time spent on philanthropic endeavors. Provides monetary assistance to family members In the event of a death of an Apple employee, mothers can take a total of 18 weeks parental leave and fathers can have to 6 weeks. Large discounts on Apple products halts an event called the Beer Buzz every few weeks. Serves free beer and live bands perform. Microsoft huge discounts on Microsoft product. Free membership at Pro Sports Club. A shopping mail right on the Microsoft grounds in Washington. On-campus health center walks and welcome fields and courts for a large variety of sports. Loads of entertainment including Xbox, pool table, and arcade machine. MC Donald. Cashier based on annual performance. Company card program which includes insurance, maintenance, and repair. Anniversary plus extra week of paid time off when an employee reaches an anniversary of the fives. 5.15.25.35. Sabbatical program. Employers can take an 8-week and paid sabbatical every 10 years of full-time continuous service. Adoption assistance. Help with cost associated with adopting a child under the age of 18. 3M. Weight management program. Reimbursement online health classes. Tobacco cessation offerings and resources. Child and adult or elder art and care consultation and referral. Financial and legal consultation and referral service. Twitter is well known for providing perks such as 3 catered meals a day. But some lesser known benefits include on-site acupuncture and improved classes. Facebook provide $4,000 in baby gas to employee with a newborn. Salesforce employees receive 6 days of paid volunteer time off a year as well as $1,000 a year to donate a charity of their choice. Adobe shuts down the entire company for 1 week in December and 1 week overtime summer. Spotify provides 6 months of paid parental leave plus 1 month of flexible work provision and option for parents returning to the office. The company also covers costs for eggs freezing and fertility assistance. Airbnb gives its employers as an annual stipend of $2,000 to travel and stay in an Airbnb listing anywhere in the world. Accenture covers gender reassignment for its employees as a part of its commitment to LGBTQ rights and diversity. Accenture featured in the top 10 of the 100 best companies for women in India list, which celebrates organizations that champion sustainable careers for women. The company was recognized for providing an inclusive and supportive environment for its more than 45,000 women in India on several categories including women's recruitment, retention, and advancement, safety and security, flexible work programs, and paid time off. The company was also recognized for its leading maternity benefits and support for returning mothers. Accenture features in the top 10 of the 100 best companies for women in India list, which celebrates organizations that champion sustainable careers for women. The company was recognized for providing an inclusive and supportive environment for its more than 45,000 women in India in several categories, including women's recruitment, retention, advancement, safety and security, flexible work programs, and paid time off. Executive perks. A recent report from Comparata Surveys reveals that cellular phones are the most popular executive perks. The Executive Compensation 2008 by 2009 survey of 5,300 organizations found that 60.2% offered cellular phones to executive as a perk, with 43.8% of employers providing laptops or home PCs. In 2008, fewer than a third of organizations in the survey provided car allowance or company cars to employees. The report analyzes both the national and the regional data collected from 5,300 organizations across the United States, with almost 25,000 incumbents, 45 executives and senior management, positions were analyzed by base pay and total cash compensation. The frequency of most executive perks on the revenue side and employing organization but cellular phones were offered by over half of the companies surveyed. Regardless of size, company cars are also offered by 20% to 30% of the surveyed organization across the board. But business with revenue over $20 million were the most likely to provide executive with laptop or home PCs. Perks mentioned in the survey included cell phones 60.2%, car allowance 31.3%, company car 26.4%, supplemental life insurance 26.2%, voluntary deferred compensation program 18.8%, annual physical exam 17.6%, supplemental disability program 16.9%, club membership 15.7%, supplemental executive retirement plans 10.3%, supplemental medicine and medical insurance 6.2%, legal counseling 5.6%, post-retirement insurance 4.6%, supplemental vacations 4.5%. Besides, airline VIP lounge membership 3.1%, dependent tuition reimbursement 3.3%. The number of organizations offering each kind of executive perk has remained consistent over the past 4 years. The purpose of these benefits is to increase the economic security of employees. Employees who hope to retain solid, hardworking employees should be prepared to offer basic employer benefits in addition to salary. Good benefits provide important resources that only help build a positive working relationship between the employers and employee, but also promote good work habits and financial practice. Employees' benefits will vary depending on the employer, and it's important for business owners to carefully consider their options. For example, this type of industry in which your business falls will help determine this type of basic employees' benefits important to your staff. A job that regulates and requires employees to work outside in inclement weather, for example, might offer more paid sick leave than an indoor office positions. Employees' health insurance benefits. One of the most important employee benefits is health insurance, so that staff membership can visit the doctor when they face any health issue. Not only does this help this employee save money, but it also helps the employer by encouraging staff members to get treatment, thus allowing them to return to work more quickly and not spread illness to the rest of the staff. India, the Employees State Insurance Act ESI Act was enacted with the object of introducing a scheme of health insurance for industrial workers. The scheme envisaged by it is one of the compulsory state insurance providing for certain benefits in the event of sickness, maternity, and employment injury to workmen employed in or in connection with the work in factories other than seasonal factories. Applicability. Under Section 212, this act is applicable to the factories employing 10 or more personnel irrespective of whether power is used in the process of manufacturing or not. Under Section 1.5 of the Act, the scheme has been extended to shops, hotels, restaurants, cinemas, including preview theaters, road motor transport undertaking, and newspaper establishment employing 20 or more persons. Further, 1.5U/S of the Act, the scheme has been expanded to private medical and educational institutions employing 20 or more persons in certain states. The state government has been requested to issue notifications under Section 1.5 on lines of Section 212, keeping the threshold limit for coverage as 10 employees instead of 20. The existing wage limit for coverage under the Act is Rs. rupees 15,000 rupees per month. USA. Employees' health insurance benefits should include health plans that allow employees to visit doctors in close physical proximity and assist with prescription purposes. There are several different options available to business owners, from PPOs to HMOs, so it's important to consider each option carefully. Most Americans who have health insurance through their employer, or it can be said as, and many who are self-insured, are enrolled in some type of a managed care plan, either And HMO or PPO, the most common types of managed care plans are Health Maintenance Organization or HMOs and are Preferred Provider Organizations by PPOs or PPOs is called to be like it. Preferable Provider Organizations. The PPO offers choice and flexibility but is often more expensive. With a PPO, patients can see any doctor they wish or visit any hospital they choose. Usually within a preferred network of providers, one doesn't have to designate a primary care physician and no one usually see any specialist without referral. Health maintenance organizations. HMO require that patients see only doctor or hospital on their list of providers, and in addition patients must choose a primary care physician who will direct care and refer patients to approved specialists. This type of organizations offer fewer choices and may make changing doctors or seeking second opinions more difficult. Generally, the HMO will not, without prior approval, cover medical expenses incurred by seeing someone who is not contracted with the HMO but usually will have defined coverage for emergency medical care when patients travel outside the normal coverage area. The Health Maintenance Organization Act of 1973 required employees with 25 or more employees to offer federally certified HMO options if the employers offers traditional health care options. Point of service, or this is generally called to be as POS plans. A third type of health plan, known as a point of service or POS plans, offers a combination of PPO health insurance and HMO insurance services. In fact, the point of service is in the name of reflects the fact that you make your choice of whether to use HMO or PPO services each time you see a provider. Generally, a POS has rules similar to HMO insurance, but a POS will allow you to see an out-of-network physician for a higher fee. Some HMOs actually include a POS plan so you can see out-of-the-network physicians. Facts Plus. According to the US Department of Labor, nearly 5 million people who desire full-time jobs have settled for a part-time work, up nearly 30% of 5 years yearly. Facts Plus. According to the US Department of Labor, nearly 5 million people who desire full-time jobs have settled for part-time work, up nearly 30% from 5 years earlier. Only 70% of part-time workers get health insurance benefits from employers, and only 21% of part-timers are included in employers' pension plans according to the Economic Policy Institute. Paid leave. Similar to employee health insurance benefits, paid leave allows sick employees to stay home and recover without jeopardizing their paychecks. Paid leave, like paid vacation, can take many forms. For example, maternity and paternity leave. Examples of paid sick leave are given to new parents who need to stay home with newborn children. Paid leave can also apply to employees who come down with the common cold or flu. In some cases, these basic employees' benefits are called personal days, which implies that they can be used for reasons other than injury or illness. Some employees simply need a mental health day to recuperate from the stress at work. Personal days give them that option. Retirement plans. Retirement plans allows employees to prepare for their futures, securing their financial stability after they have aged out of the workforce. Furthermore, it is easier for business to offer retirement benefits than most people think. USA, a 41 A 401k plan is arguably the most popular of the basic employee benefits. It allows employees to contribute tax deferred earnings to their retirement plans, while the employees assist simple 401k options are available to small business with fewer than 100 employees.